I made sure to time everything so the thing would run out at 0. Hello, Freezy. Hello, Jadowski. Hello, Maverick. Ah! Shut up. I'm trying to do this. You don't show up. Let's see. Sam, hello to Maverick. So, hello, Ticonderoga. Hello, Avalon. Hello, Sean. Dorvar was here earlier, but you don't even show up. Every step we take echoes in our wake. Is the last.
Not.
Ah, why? Why? No. It is time. Shit. 4? What? There is no Final Fantasy 4. It's Final Fantasy 14. Nothing says Final Fantasy 4. Wait. Hold on. I'm not stupid, am I? Let's see. I am looking at my schedule. I'm going to scroll down to my schedule and make sure I didn't become stupid. No, it says 14. Y'all are stupid. That was for Big Chungus. Why? Don't you want to listen to Big Chungus? He's a big chunky boy. He's a big chunkus. Something something overjoyed. Alright. We gotta go to Mega Duca. No, console player. Shut up. Doesn't matter. I play with controller anyways, so. There's nothing. There's no issue of me playing on here. Outside, I can't really type because I have no keyboard set up. Not like I hold back anybody. My shit loads fast. Ah, Theresa, one of my clerks was here with a message for you. The student about this team requests your presence, Charlie, and at your earliest convenience. I am indebted to as I am to our friends. Hope that I might too be of service, but it is you alone they require. If you know pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldessian Annex at once. Logica awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ashdaya the city, notable landmarks in people's lives. There's so much more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. I wish that we just were sent to the Baldessian Annex, like, at the end of the last patch. So I didn't have to, like, be here. I mean, look, I'm already here in Charlian. It's fine. Therefore, it's not an issue. And it's not like I'm not next to the computer. So I could always have Discord.
Zava, what if boobs gad foreskin?
What? Boobs gad foreskin. I'm assuming you mean got foreskin. Like you had to peel the nipple back. I don't know, that would be kind of weird. It just means that you would have to peel the foreskin back for nipples. You can't even think. Exclamation point Tico does not work here. Paddle on Vanessa. Paddle on him to Vanessa. A warm and hearty welcome to you, Theresa. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Growl and Graha. Can we have an actual voice cutscene? No. There's a new person here, so probably not. Okay, yeah, we have to do it like this. Thank you for coming. Forgive us so soon after your trials in the void. To say nothing, your grueling battle against 12. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Erdenville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. Why? I imagine you're surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me, he said there's someone who wishes Thracia to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the Studium. Can we look for him there?
Slap Kryla's cheeks.
Slap Kryle's cheeks? Why? Wow, we're already... Okay, so when I looked at the patches, I was like, how many quests are there? And it's like 3 for the main storyline. The worst part is I don't have enough currency of causality to get the last Mandeville weapon for tonight, unless I start grinding. And it'd be just me running dungeons over and over again. Now then, where's Erenville? Nope, sniff at the Lalafell. Took my all day. Took.
Erenville!
There you go.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important.
No, everything
I
important
chanced upon
is
some
done.
commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then
He went to
the person
Brazil.
who you wish to introduce.
He went to Brazil.
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Well, it
Lalo
seems
fell
you've
his
lost her.
bean.
Did she wander off?
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman.
She looks a lot
I'm
better
Uklamat,
in
claimant to the
game
throne of
than she
Tulihuela.
did in that fucking CGI cutscene.
Tulihuela.
What is it?
It's Tural's
Crazy.
governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
Would I? I hate
I'll
to say
get to the
it, but
point.
yes.
I want you to come with me to my homeland.
It's still a little bit on the short
Given
side,
the
but
magnitude
holy
of the
shit,
request,
it does look
perhaps
better
you should
in
explain
game.
why you're making it.
You can even kind of see her furry abs.
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present
Still
keeper,
isn't.
I will participate. And I have every
She still ain't
intention
tall
of
as
winning.
me.
I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you.
But you tell, I know. We pushed
A
through.
mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
You shut up, crazy.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Please come to Brazil.
Wait, let's all just
Please
slow
come
down.
to Brazil. This is
What Clement?
legitimately
Was
this
it?
cutscene.
You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tyrol?
Please come.
Tulihyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides.
Yeah, that fucking giant fucking
He's
thing.
also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any
They
questions, I'll
finally
do my
gave us
best to answer them.
Moonbrita again.
Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me.
Essentially, they gave us Moonbrita again,
No.
and I'm happy.
This is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
Please come to Brazil. Golden City. I've heard about that one before. Yeah, legitimately, fucking goddamn Emmett Selk
So
is
the
like
tales have reached even these shores. Can't help but feel
the
proud.
Golden City, which may or may not be like a GPU.
I advise you not to put
gigantic
much store by
GPU.
these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
She looks, yeah, she does. She looks way less derpy. It's almost like the in-game models are just kind of, it's weird that the in-game models are better. I mean, it's kind of like that, like, there is something awkward about how Graha Tia looks like in the, Endwalker, opening. It always looks kind of awkward. But like how he looks like in game or even in the new one, it's fine. Graha eating the taco is good. Like the new one where he's just trying to eat the taco, that's good. But like when it's him reading the book in the Endwalker cinematic, it always looks odd to me. Okay, non-talky. The chance to see not only Tyrol, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let's begin rectifying that by first getting acquainted with our visitor and the manner she suggests.
Graha eating the taco. I have seen that fan art.
No, not the fish taco. Just a floppy, soft-shelled meat taco. Wait, no, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. I'm not certain what may be a suitable location for a hunt, though. When I was in the guild earlier, I learned about a petition for researchers on the Isle of Ham. You went there not long ago and killed some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. believe they have been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance in identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition? The isle isn't far, and we would be also helping those in need. That works for me. Just as you know, I have honed my skills against some of the most fiercest beasts in Tyrol. Whatever this creature is, it better be able to put up a proper fight or it'll end before we even have a chance to get acquainted. And before we can provide ourselves capable and dependable companions... My apology, I must see to the some preparations. Pray go ahead to the isle. I'll join you as soon as possible. Carla has to go get the paintbrush. It's the rest that if the rest of you are ready, let's head to the harbor. The best guild ship business. It should be simple enough to secure a vessel. Ah. Was the taco cut or uncut? No, it seemed pretty uncut. Pretty floppy taco. I don't know why I'm running when I could have just taken the Aether that. Let's see. No, not there. Here we go. Oh no, the wandering minstrel's here. I don't want to talk to you.
Did you know
Yoshi
gamer
P.
miscarriage shirts exist?
Are you talking about like... Okay, so there's two things you could be talking about. One is a reference to Control Alt Delete's like miscarriage thing. The other could be like a babby shirt never worn. So we have to take the ship. I barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt. Come on, let's get going. Upon boarding ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence to recommend sufficient time, and you'll participate in battle, and it will save, and you'll enter battle associated with the quest, so log out from the game, the progress will be lost. The second, oh no. Baby shoes never worn.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
Certain type of people.
I know.
Wild feral woman is a good archetype.
So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
I also realized that they
You
put
really
out
are knowledgeable.
both
Fona told me nothing about this place.
I don't know when they're adding female Hrothgar.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
Like, I don't know
It's
when
a
they're
great
putting
big
them
cavern
in.
under the city.
I
It's
assume it's
amazing that
sometime
they could
before
make a sky
7.0
down there
because
complete with a sun.
they made it sound like it was like leading up to Dawnguard, or sorry, Dawnbreak, whatever.
This brother of yours, He has been to Charlian.
But the fact that like we have both of the
He has.
oh, we
Colin
added
is my
these
second
two
older brother.
races, but only
And
these
until recently, he
genders.
was a
We're never
student in the
adding
city.
the opposite gender ever into this game.
He went
okay,
on and on
everybody
about
said we need
technological
to.
amusements.
Here, bunny
Made
boys,
me want
and
to
now
come here too
here's
one day.
cat women.
And so I did. I think I
I do
understood
like
something
how
of
Yoshi
how he
P
felt
says this
when
is
I set
supposed to
foot
be
in
the
his
final
beloved
race, but
He
you
went to the
know,
studio.
if people ask,
Your brother
maybe
must be quite a scholar.
there will be so much porn of this character.
But
The
I wonder,
artwork of the
like you,
Hrothgar
he'd be
women.
royalty,
Hold on.
yes?
We'll
With such a personage coming to Charlian to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand that his identity might remain secret.
Where is the piece of artwork? I really want to.
Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's
That's
adopted
the
like me, you see.
male ones. Where's the female
One time,
one?
though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
I gotta find the
Ask
actual.
whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain
Where's the
hunting
image?
together is the best way to get to know someone.
I hate that like every time I look up for this on Google, it's either fan art, the one
The
from the
researchers should be up
trailer,
ahead.
but
Let's
not
find
the
them and learn what you
concept
can.
art. Not the art. Where is? Ah, shit. Oh well.
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
Let me move.
So ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll
Hey,
take
man.
down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Man, yeah, okay, you know what, this is gonna be fine. I don't care about not tanking in this entire thing. She warrior, she gets the tank. I just get to slice things with my scythe because
Look,
scythes are
someone's
cool.
in trouble.
Scythe's cool.
Yeah, taste my axe.
These animals are usually so docile.
Wait, I just need to hit this button. Aww. I was still in the middle of stuff. Oh, thank goodness you've come. You're the one who's answered our petition. Wait, aren't you? You're Theresa. The adventurers saved our star. Would that meeting be under better circumstances? I was conducting a routine inspection of transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. We find more same across the chasm. Once outside island has grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you give me a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
We're
Quite an
reusing this
interesting
dungeon.
contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
The adventurer come to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us, and the creature of unknown origins has been sighted on the island in recent days. And we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've counted thus far. We dare you not go back. Your task to quell any threats you find is search for traces of the beast responsible for this. If you should find anything at all, we'll be most grateful if you would like to share with us. Let us kill.
I'll handle this. Still.
They're all dead.
Is that all? Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail.
Work a little harder.
I'm doing as much as they want me to do. Whoops. You find a ravaged beast remains, torn to shreds by sharp talons.
These claw marks. I've seen their like before.
Whack.
It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
Fucking shut up. So, where are we supposed to? Oh, tattered plumage. You find feathers scattered about on the ground. There are signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Oh, hey, look! Shit! We made a dirt mound and we called it shit. The cloying stench of fresh leavings assails your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close
Still
by.
fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
What are you doing? Oh, hey.
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their home?
Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, then they've got one.
Wait, wrong button. Wrong buttons. There we go. Come on.
Let's head back and report what we found.
I still think... Okay, I know they're adding another melee class next expansion, but I still prefer this class. I still prefer the Reaper, even if, like, the next one is, like, dual blades, and then they become, like, a funny, like, double-edged sword thing.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
Oh, Jesus, that's a big bird.
Ah! What is that thing?
Jeez, it's a giant fucking parrot.
It speaks?
Yo, that's big.
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Thought you were a paladin main. Yeah, but I wanted to be something else for now. Also, because of
Right.
I am closer to getting the Reaper weapon. I'm just saying in regards to melee classes, rather than tanks. I really kind of love the Reaper. Better than Dragoon and like tanking the floor. Or Ninja
Just
with
so we're
its
clear,
fucking stupid
I wasn't startled by the
jutsus.
beast earlier. It
Or
caught me by
Monk.
surprise, that's all.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
Samurais are pretty cool though.
I'm
The
getting
Reaper
hungry.
cooler.
Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
Ninjas are just ass. I don't like them. I really don't like them. But that's also because I'm fucking stupid about how to deal with them.
Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
Look out!
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Not good. Quickly, gather together.
Wait. Wait, did you just take a shit?
I've got you.
That was too close.
I wasn't paying attention to whatever it cast. But
Steady
I'm like
now.
sitting there like, was that crap?
Thanks!
Hello, TK.
Thanks!
Welcome to Unga Bungo Catwoman.
Spread out, everyone!
You pay for that.
Ready? Mash the button.
Thank you.
Come on, I want to hit it. Ah. I guess I could just use this. Flip his wings. Flip her wings.
That was hardly a tickle.
Oh wait, I need another one.
Try
Come on.
this. smash into it. Let me have you now, you loudmouth bastards!
Throw everything you have at it.
Oh wait. Bird dead. Come on. No, now bird dead. Kill the big bird. The biggest bird.
And I had barely limbered up.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
What? Why isn't it dead?
What a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Leave this to me.
Crowl actually does something for once in her fucking life. The power of art.
Cryle.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May
What
I
did they
ask
make a
what
Bunny Boy and the
inspired
Cat
this
Girl breeding
change?
pair? Oh my god.
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar rather
We've
than
had
join you.
Cryle since Heavensward. She
It
has
was the
not
same
done
when you set
anything.
forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind again and again. That's
She
what
has not
inspired
done
this
anything
change.
except have been a
Ever
healer.
since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft.
Our cooch must be stanky as hell.
As you all have adapted your
Probably.
methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute.
The writers didn't know what to do with my character.
And after much deliberation,
much.
I arrived
And
at
they
my answer.
tried, but then they went, nah. And now she finally gets to have something.
With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
Final Fantasy VI reference.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
That was the most glitchy thing in 6.
Indeed.
I think I barely use
I
Realm.
must say,
even
you
in my
appear to
playthrough,
be
I think
especially
like,
keen on being involved in
and
the
she
ritual
became
of
the healer.
succession.
Maybe I don't
Is
remember.
there any particular reason?
Go watch that VOD. I don't remember. I don't remember what I even was doing in 6.
Yes,
I
there is.
over-leveled and like trounced Kefka.
This letter from
so that Dancing Mad
Tuliyola.
didn't actually play.
It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuliyola is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyola. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
But it's just like chicken. It's just like chicken, Graha. Just think of a chimkin sandwich. Chimkin sandwiches. With the wildlife pacifying research, the safer task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the Colbury meat. A bit of worse, there's really only one place we can take you to here in Charlian, the last stand. Come, let's see what Dickon can cook up for us. Chimkin sandwich. Chimkin nugget. Chimkin nugget. Stop speaking gay. No. Fuck you. Kimkin. Also, hello, Lala. Looking for some chicken? Exactly. Ah. Well, now there's a part of Miss Page in the same one. What can I get ya? Chicken nugget. A whole bird meat from the hunt, you say? Well, leave it to me. I just have the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from the sailors, and for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like here. Ribs?
Come,
ribs?
come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was
it's a
terrible,
bird.
but this is fantastic.
That meat doesn't look cooked like for bird meat. You're supposed to cook it thoroughly. It ain't bison.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
We have the shit that makes you ass like farts light on fire. Yo, Nacho.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveler ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice. So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
It's nothing I can't handle.
She's about to cry.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Barbarian wench. A little bit.
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
You two are just Urion J and Moonbreeda again.
I see.
Except that
All
I
this
can
time
actually
you were
understand
from Tural.
what Aaron Vol is
Oh,
saying.
would that I had known
unlike
sooner.
Urion J.
There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
Sounds like Japan. Brazil,
And that's
Japan.
how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it.
And his name is Seymour
No matter what,
Guado.
I must win this contest.
Like, listen, if this motherfucker... Like, there's some Final Fantasy X
I
and
understand
like
your
what
reasons,
Thrall
but
looks
this
like and
being an
things
event
like that.
will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate
But
for
there's a part of me
outsiders
that's
like
like,
us to be
what
involved?
if it's Seymour? What if it's just this motherfucker looks like Seymour
it's
Guado?
more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
I'll stay here for the next
In that case,
4
allow
to
us
6
to prepare
months.
a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
Because, like, Jesus Christ, we
That's
don't
very
even know the
kind
date
of
of
you.
the expansion yet.
Give him
Oh,
a
and
lips
one more thing.
on sugar.
Once we finish
Yeah,
eating,
hello,
would you mind if
Kira.
I took the rest of the meat?
I guess, yeah. Well, Khajiit, but also strong Khajiit. Granted, the Hrothgar are based upon the Final Fantasy X Ronsos. So, whether Ruth Lamont has the makings of room, I couldn't say, but I do know she deeply cares about nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now that then, it's past time to report our missing success to the guild ship. I would have done this sooner, except Her Highness needed to have a royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then. I'm just gonna get money. We're a spacefaring species now. We can interfere with your culture. Technically, yeah, we can travel space. The Coming Dawn. The very last quest in Endwalker's main storyline. Well, I dare say we have a fair grasp of what Lamont still needed for time to consider an invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Nomenon is bound to have some information on the continent. Just the thought of burying myself in books is making me feel sleepy. I'm not a nerd. I'm not gonna read. We're talking about mysterious lands and unknown wonders here. I'm comfortable with finding reports so thrilling as to drive any thoughts of napping from your mind. Come, my friend, let us be off to the archives. God damn it. This Catboy Twink is making me read. It's pretty fucking strong, but depends on the moon phases. Wait. Okay. We'll go from the studium. Oh, hey, it's Pudding Way. I guess me pudding was needed to stop the final days
Hey
after
Zava,
all, but once
didn't
I
mean to interrupt your intimate moment. Just don't commission a $50,000 video of approx 3 minutes long involving soft copy R0N.
Hello, Bruce. I feel like if I was going to have $50,000, there's more things I would do than to do 3-minute animation on that, because I'm pretty sure if I find the right people, I can totally get like more than 3 minutes. Either way, not even that. If there's more things I would want first, than to that. That said, I'm not going to shit on that person because fuck it, pot kettle black. I'm not willing to do that. I think it's kind of funny that it leads to nothing. But like you could have artwork that costs less. Well, it's 50K for 3-minute video on being snoozed. It's him getting chased down. Like you could I don't know. If the motherfucker had the money for it, then that's fine. The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallaki, a tribe in the distant continent of Tural. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and seeking to cultivate spiritual connection with them, they have learned to harness the power of wildlife and around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live amongst them and train their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is no name for the cerulean deposits that well up from the surface, turning the entire canyon brilliant blue. Under a shaman's watch, I managed to master Wakali's art and make the animals' powers my own. As no name existed in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it blue magic. The reason I chose this color, as you would no doubt gleam, is the significance to it holds to the Wallaki. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from which this noble magic was born. Want to see more of that? Go fucking do the blue mage shit. Which reminds me, they are going to add another limited class, that being Beastmaster. I wonder if it's going to be like, you can fucking tame stupid shit. Then again, I never did that much blue mage stuff. Is it here? Yeah. Like, I just don't remember doing that much. So, like, how much? Let's see. And that was at, what, the end of, Heavensward or Shadowbringer? Or no, Stormblood. And then, like, I just haven't done anything since. So, like, I haven't leveled. No Puppet Master. Or, what we know, no, not. It probably won't be that so far. Like, a Puppet Master job would be nice. But I feel like that wouldn't be a limited job. You could actually probably do a real proper job. It is impossible to adequately discuss Erosian cuisine without speaking of the land which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tural. Old pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous potato. Those crops and more are what regularly grace Erosian dining tables, trace their origins to the New World, as the place is most known. The tale of this culinary immigration began in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when the lamented sailor named Ketan Ram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the therefore too unknown continent. Ketan Ram spent several moons exploring the inland in the course of which he encountered denizens of the sprawling nation of Mamajal. He was even granted honors with the supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with the permission to roam freely. Kadaram would return to Tural several times, but during his first expedition he charted the land and gathered the most myriad of root vegetables and seeds and bring them back to limbs of Laminsa. The most notable of these was the Papato, whose ease of cultivation with nutritional value saw it quickly rise to all corners of Erosia. Produce was far from the only bounty of Kadaram's expeditions to Tural. Many tantalizing recipes, such as the bean-filled burrito, and gripping legends of that of the Golden City reached our shores by way of his ship. To those outside of Kadaram's circle, Tural largely remained shrouded in mystery, yet his influence on a cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, including myself, would relish a chance to immerse himself in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Toral is no exception. Yet, while some of her creatures may have been familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist that are rarely seen in this side of the Indigo Deep, aka like a fucking buff-ass cactuar. This tomb introduced a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca. Accustomed to Toral's craggy mountain regions, this four-legged beastkin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Wyvern. The ferocious skeleton is native to dense jungles of Toral. The Mamaljaw have succeeded in taming them and utilize their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come no surprise that the Wyvern is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valigamanda. Torali folklore holds this bird-like creature in the mightiest of beasts and is a very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Let's begin comparing the geographical characteristics of the three great continents in Toral. The former stretches east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and its differences immediately presents itself in the form of a climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east to west, but harsher when moving north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether by men, animals, or plants. Case in point is the Alligans, who rose to power in Aldernard before advancing east the Ilsabard. Their movement would have mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although desperate tribes of Toral waged war with one another for generations, stemmed by the climate, none can make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from the frozen lands where the bitter desert sun, while those thrived in open plains, could not pierce the dense jungle. Such is the way of it, until the leader of the Mamaljaw succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly is a testament to the Archrock's greatness. Having perused a wide selection of books on Toral, you are somewhat better informed about potential destination. Grahatia will be eager to know what you've discovered. Should you wish to read these books again, speak with the reference page. We read up about America and Brazil. We will come to Brazil. Scout and Library is a satisfaction to have you. Excellent. While there are a few books in only dedicated subject to Toral, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let's continue this outside. The mammoths do not take kindly to chatter. I don't want to go back to Brazil. We are going to Brazil. What do you mean back to Brazil? Oh no. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. Couldn't help but notice that we read this very same book in cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Toral within it. Among them, did anything particularly pique your interest? Or rather, to Catherine, potatos. I want potatoes. I want French fries. As have I. Despite having enjoyed a hearty meal, I found myself craving potatos. As the Camperella and they were boon to sailors, it was the same property that allows them to survive the voyage to Eorzea. The book also mentioned a method of preservation which sees potatos repeatedly frozen and dried. The resultant product was apparently used in a stew by people in mountainous regions. I should like to sample the dish one day, that and all the unique cuisines in the vast continent. Yep, sure you do. We see you eating that taco. Moving on, did you pretend to learn aught but a fauna of Toral, giving adventurous background despite the topic that interests you? I learned about the alpacas. Ah yes, the alpaca. In addition to serving as a beast of burden, they provide clothing for people by way of their luscious fleece. It is especially prized in the mountain tribes, which hold rare specimens sacred. I thought I heard familiar. Oh my god, why are you two here? We are having a conversation. Fancy running into you two here. Well, have some research of your own, do you? We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with the Han, they will next lose a foster relationship with other nations, this including former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints of history of how neighbors of different races and ideologies may engage with one another. And what of you two? What endeavor have brought you here today? We're going to Brazil. The only knowledge that credits how much a shotgun. Nation comprised of desperate peoples of Tural. I did say precisely what kind of example we seek. We do well to read up on Turalia ourselves. I heard it's pronounced several times. I still cannot do anything. The contest is Thrace the only one allowed to help Wuklamat. But no mention of such restrictions call. On contrary, Wuklamat gave us a present that she could have several champions. I think I know Mesa Moser spite. Come, follow me, Althana. We got planning to do. They're going to come with us. Alize, wait. To see our plans have changed. If you excuse me. I never could rest on their laurels. Come, let us return to the annex. Let us end the video game. This patch feels like the main storyline quest feels so awkward because it's like all of 6.1 through 6.5 felt like filler ends, and now we have to be like, well, you gotta go to that continent next. So now it's like, well, yay, find out about Thrall.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wuklamat's request?
I'd rather not get involved in politics. I am tired of that.
If only others had the same good sense. If the prospect troubles you, sir, why not consider what you stand to gain instead? That is an exciting journey to a faraway continent. In the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you might find yourself moved to help Wuklamat after all. And if not, well, you quietly take your leave. A brazen plan, perhaps, but one that befits a veteran adventurer, you must agree. Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think.
Fuck you.
It's enough to stir me to the core.
You know what you did, Ryder.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend.
You know
and
what
there's
you
no
did,
telling
you
what
stupid
awaits us on
Ryder.
the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
The quest is still not over. We have one more cutscene. Welcome back. If you're looking for Look, she's currently within the chambers. If you like, I can go fetch them for you. Understood. Please wait over here. Still think it's weird that we're going to another continent and yet Ilsabard is still like all underneath clouds and whatnot. I want to see what the Three Great Continents fully looks like.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
I've never been one to turn down adventure. I'm not doing the fucking Star Trek reference.
Excellent. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. But I dare say your time in Turov will be its own reward.
Here's Prelude.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
No, wait, not Prelude. Fucking the theme of Final Fantasy, whatever.
Alphino, Alize! What are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklemat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
First impressions last.
"'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize."
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors.
Okay, oh.
We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliyollal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
I
The more
was
the
trying to
merrier,
make
I
a
say.
grand company.
And I'd be keen to learn about
without
Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Who I was putting in charge.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
Okay, there's a part of me that's sitting back and like, I kind of just don't want Alice and
As I
Alpha
recall,
Node
Cryle,
and
you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps
as well
I
as
was.
Urianger and Y'shtola and
Still, I can't help but worry about being
go on this
away
adventure.
just when our order is
just
beginning to
remove
find
those
its
and
feet
just
again.
have it be Aaronville, Cryle,
You have nothing to worry about.
Grahatia, and like.
I haven't forgotten how you held the fort
and I
while
feel
I
like
set
that's
off
the
to explore
party.
Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But Raha,
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
Wait, did they actually put this in the video game? The fucking map of the world that we've been seeing in the fan fests?
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
And yet they still have, like, Ilzabard covered in clouds. And it's so low res. And that's it for main storyline of Finn Walker. I'm going to sit back and say, I understand why. Okay, in Walker base game, I think is good. It at this point, like looking back on it, it still doesn't hit the same high as like Shadowbringers, but it's pretty decent. These patches have been kind of like I get that eventually you might want to do something with the Void, and that like in future point in time maybe they will do something with the Void that is like an entire expansion. eh. It just felt so much like we went back to the status quo by the end of those patches, where at no point in time did we go back to a status quo in any of the previous ones, which is kind of my point of like, people sit back and say, well, you think that the fucking Warriors of Darkness thing in the middle of what is it? The Warrior of Darkness stuff in Heavensward was filler? It's like, no. Because all you're doing there is, how do I put this? The only thing you're doing there is boiling another Asian plot. So like, and during those patches, other things are going on. Meanwhile, the patches of this game's story, it was always kind of centered around the void. There was like no other thing that was kind of happening. And so when it gets to end, it's a stop. And like, okay, now we're going to go over here now. And it's 3 quests that kind of start out your next adventure. So this is the end of the Endwalker. Yes. This is legitimately, Endwalker is done. I think maybe 2 patches they're going to do. Or at least 1 patch they'll do. Which is the Final Fantasy XVI event. Maybe. Oh hey, there's our artwork of our best friend. It's just like, I understand the entire frustration of Endwalker. It really doesn't help that there was no field operation in this entire thing. Like, in the next 4 months, I really have not a lot of reasons to come back to this game. I barely care about the Out of the Sanctuary outside of what I initially did. Like, between Shadowbringers and Endwalker, I did the Shadows of the World. Not the Shadows of the World, what's it called? It's just like World. The World, whatever it's called. And, that entire thing was content. That entire thing was content. I could sit back and, like, level jobs. Hell, the only thing that's preventing me from getting the relic right today for what we're about to do is the fact that I haven't grinded enough, like, tombstones. But yeah, we're gonna stop forging ahead because it's kind of at the end. Unless you wonder about the passes in Tutorial, Erenval will arrange a ship through this guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. May it serve you well on your coming adventure. Now, I'm not sure when the departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your ease. Okay, maybe after credits scene. Meanwhile, in Limsa Lomensa, even
when does the next
Estinians
ship
go.
set sail? May I ask your destination? The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time. West, you say?
Meanwhile, in old Charlian,
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
okay, well, like, what if they just have like the fucking what's that movie called? The one with like that everybody likes, and El Dorado. What if fucking Urian J and Thancred are just being like the two protagonists from El Dorado? That would be nice and funny. But still, I would want like less. I get it. People like those characters.
Have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Check.
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
Okay, no, we haven't, but...
The fabled golden cities of the New World.
Okay, that's the next expansion, so that's fine. Emmett Selk is like, yeah, we gotta make sure. Have no fear, we got stories for years. Weigh anchors now, the tide is high, and dawn of new adventure nigh. Row forth and break horizon spawn, and tread the gilded path beyond. Emmett Selk has been added to the Unending Codex. Wait, did they... I know they added this Unending Codex thing, like, more recently. Did they never have Emmett Selk in here? No, he's literally the last one. A man whose true name was Hades, mighty sorcerer of Eld. He became Solus von Zothgalvis, the founding father of Garly Empire, who threatened the world and the most dangerous foes, who stood at your side in the most desperate, as the most dependable of friends. An ancient who clove his ideals at bitter end, a man who rendered up his all for people he loved, a man who once lived. Okay, we got 11. Okay, so that did take an hour and a half. So, oh hey, Wuklamatis is here. A shame I have to leave Taral so soon. I would love to visit Rosia, at the very least see more Shalian. What I have seen is pretty impressive though. I wasn't expecting the City of Scholars to have such impressive arms in their shops. Let's see. Let's deal with Tataru first. Theresa, I have wonderful news. Thanks to your tireless deliveries, we're now overwhelmed with orders. Miss Tataru's plan was a success. That's another shipment then. I don't think I've packed so many parcels in my life. Huh? Wait, do I know you? I don't believe we met, have we? I know there's so many people, I'm sorry. My apologies. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hasdad. Like many Sohannis refugees, I left my home in Palakistan and came to Charlian during the final days. You saved my life more than once. I've been working at Tataru's boutique with Medinja and Vashar, albeit behind the scenes. It's rare that I have the occasion to visit the Stormfront. An unfortunate side effect of the constant demands of all of our staffs, though I would all agree that the hustle and bustle is for the best. But don't you wonder what we'd do once the samples have served their purpose? Our equipment is crafted to last, which is wonderful, of course, but also means that our customers are not like to require replacements for some time. Therefore, if we're not constantly receiving new customers, our good fortune will eventually sour, no? We have to design our equipment to break. Mr. Tataru is so foolish as to have not anticipated such things. I'm sure she's probably coming up with new exciting products to offer our existing clients. Actually, I have an idea of my own for a new product, I mean. In fact, I presented Miss Tataru the other day a new uniform to outfit the academics and researchers of Charlian. Oh, how enterprising, and what did she say? Well, she seemed hesitant, which I can only interpret as reluctance to hurt my feelings with explicit rejection. But then she told me to look further into it, or told me to look into it further and draft a formal proposal to review. That's wonderful. When she said to look into it further, did she mean for you to conduct some manner of market survey or the academics and researchers? Just so, but, well, someone involved in such sensitive work that simply approaching them is out of the question, which is to say my petition to enter Labyrinthos was denied. Instead, I decided to try to study him. Secretary General Marmon was only too happy to schedule a meeting with an academic representatives. But now that it's come down to it, I'm feeling ill with nerves. If it was on Mr. Tataru's behalf, it would be different, but this is my initiative, my idea. I'll offer you accompany you, but I have the mind to counter. Perhaps you can offer Medinja your support? Sure. Oh, thank you. And I start to think what supplies we need for our artisans once your plan is approved. Of course, very well then. To the studio we go. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Then there's the one set of quests that I didn't do for tonight. Or I haven't done. That's been set up for like over a year now. AKA the funny, what's it called? The role quests stuff. Because I did all 5 of them, but I never did the epilogue to those. And then I'll save Hildebrand for tomorrow, so I can grind up enough to have this weapon finished. And then after that, if I have time, I will do the Pokemon epilogue. Yeah. Yeah, that will go. That's how this will go. Because I really need to actually do that last bit that I just been putting off all this time. The building might as well be a temple for whatever that word is it feels. I'm glad to have your company. I was told Kwa Alapa will meet us here. I'm sure it'll be along shortly. Kia Alkapa. Kia Alkape of La Fromage. Hello, representative from Tataru's boutique, I presume. Pleased to make you acquainted. My name is Menda, and I'm so obliged for you to make the time to speak with us. Here, Alapa is your service. There's no need to stand on ceremony. As I assure you, most of our academics are far more concerned with the research than pleasantries, admittedly to detriment at times. Anyways, how can I help you this morning? You know what? I'm actually really looking forward to the fact that going to be 2 die slots for costumes, because I'm looking at this cat girl's dress and I'm like, I'm fine with the yellow. I just look at the tie, I'm like, nah, that shouldn't be yellow. Probably. I'm pretty sure that is like legitimately her sister. A uniform for academics and researchers, you say? I'm personally ill-equipped to offer an authoritative opinion on the matter, so I permitted me to arrange some meetings with faculty representatives. Please make yourself comfortable in the auditorium while I go and summon a few of our more personal personnel. So the reason why I keep wanting to do these quests is because they always like have characters from like expansions and like other things that you've interacted with, but I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be not Shadowbringers, but God, this game, Endwalker's one. Lala's just mad that she can't get the fucking bingos. Well, in the Faculty of Archaeology, we spend most of our time trapezing about ancient ruins, which often ruining our clothes, if you pardon the pun. An outfit durable enough to handle extended use would be welcome, but it would need to be lightweight and breathable as well. Equatorial deserts can be most taxing, but then again, you'll be surprised how many relics are hidden at the bottom of lakes, and northern waters can get quite chilly. As it stands, my colleagues and I throw on any old thing in our field work. Whatever we have on hand is suitable for conditions, with the understanding it may need to be disposed of afterwards. Funding for research equipment and the like is pressed enough as is, and we can't afford to have dozens of bespoke garments for every situation. Which is probably not what you were hoping to hear, I realize. No, thank you for your candor. It's true, a new kit can be rather expensive. We must ensure our prices stay affordable. The ideal outfit for astronomers. How in the world am I supposed to answer that? I know less than nothing about fashion. Well, I suppose we astronomers can conduct our celestial observation from locales remote and subsequently chilly, but you know, mountaintops and the like, so something warm? If warm is truly the only requirement, I think it's safe to say this is opposite of the on-tap market niche. The Faculty of Medicine has strict requirements for dress on account of hygiene regulations. Fabrics that are resistant to stains and possess antibacterial properties are a must, for example. Additionally, we students in nutritional sciences must vigorously dart about the kitchen, so dressing for comfort is nearly as essential as cleanliness, and if we're fashionable enough for perhaps to inspire others to follow in the footsteps, all the better. We require Gnosis clothing at the Faculty of Anthropology, for we make all of that require right here. Rather, Professor Tankian prefers to do so, that he may better understand how the necessity begets invention. An outfit that, Aether signets, whatever, big words, these nerds, without a doubt. You'd think that the Faculty of Aetherology would have developed such an outfit by now, but no. Our primary project demands every moment we possess. We cannot afford to divide our resources. Well, how did it go? I don't know, to be honest. Everyone has such different preferences that I'm not sure if it's even possible to satisfy them all. If they're concerned, the stadium's faculties are filled with opinionated individuals, each with their own particularities. Additionally, our academics spend much of their time engaged in field work as opposed to seminars, which further complicates stipulations of dress. And academic sounds... no, fuck you. You just have our work cut out for us. Fuck you. I'm not going to make you sound like adventurers. You're not like nerds. Indeed, it was so naive to assume that one type of uniform can account for all the needs of academics. We had best return to boutique. Thanks for your assistance. I truly thought I had a good idea. No doubt Mrs. Trotter knew this folly, but had me research it regardless, so that I might reach a conclusion of my own. She meant well, I'm sure. See how the hardships make you strong. That's an important phrase. Indeed, it's come from teachings bestowed upon us by the old gods. Many Hanish held fast to those words and their wisdom during the final days, so not to give in to despair. Well, when we call upon the divinities, it's not to beg for salvation, but for guidance. So as long as we live by their teachings, there's no hardships we cannot overcome. This is the core tenet of Hanish faith that sees us through much adversity since the founding of our nation. As you've said, Hashdad, yet until you did, it did not occur to me to consider how they might apply to my personal struggle. Coming to Charlie and working with Mr. Satoru at the boutique, I've met so many people of all sorts of cultures. But in trying so hard to accommodate their wants and needs, I fear my own heritage has become an afterthought. There's no shame in dedicating yourself to your work, as we all have our limits. Compromise and sacrifice are inevitable. It may surprise you, but once I aspired to become a steward. To look back on it now, it feels fanciful. Strange that we let our dreams be cast aside by circumstance. I swore nothing would stand between me and my chosen path, and here I am. I know the divinities will guide us wherever we go, but what if we stray too far? Would I be a fool to suggest that perhaps we should return to Thavnair? But Mr. Satoru has done so much for us, we cannot simply leave the boutique at the moment's notice. Maybe not before our families and friends. It's one thing to send money and well wishes, but I wonder if we cannot do more while we're there, helping to rebuild. We haven't been back to the villages since the final days, and we're already forgetting our old lives. I don't know, I just think Mr. Satoru should know how we feel is all. Eva said that Mrs. Tutter should be stopping by soon. When I asked her how she felt about returning to Thavnair, she said she needed time to consider. For my part, I think a consulting with Mrs. Tutter will help put my mind at ease. I'll need to move the tail over a bit, or the hand over a bit. For that one. My, what a busy counter we have this morning at Hashad. It's good to see you out from behind your usual shipping crates. Yes, I thought I'd come to help with research and return from interviewing the academics at the studium. About that, Mr. Trotter. Suffice it to say, the requirements were so radically different. I know I said a uniform for research and academics, but I'm afraid I might have deeply underestimated the feasibility of such a project. It's perfectly alright. The point of things is to learn what you discover so you can retain and apply the knowledge as you continue on your entrepreneurial journey. The right idea for a new product will find us when it's ready. In the meantime, I have more samples I need delivering, and seeing as Thrace is very conveniently standing within my line of sight. 1,000 pardons, Mr. Tartaru, but before I continue, I wish to speak to you about a personal matter. You have shown us incredible charity, which makes it all more difficult to ask, but I wonder if I should return home to Thavnair. Please don't mistake it as dissatisfaction with our arrangement. If anything, I've grown accustomed to life in Charlie, and I fear I've begun to forget myself. My dreams, my faith, the person I used to be before I came here. Ah! Why? Not only that, despite my regular remittances... Ah! I wonder that our village struggles to rebuild after the final days, where I happily removed from a burden I sought to share more. It feels disingenuous to both my home and the many kindnesses you continue to show us. Game has voice act. Well, if it had voice act in here, I wouldn't have to read. I see. And do you both feel the same? I've been so devoted to my work that I've given much thought to return to Hastad until Hastad mentioned it, but the claim that I'm not worried about the village would be a lie. I'm of similar mind. I'm nevertheless remaining here. Among other reasons, there's a project that I'm resolved to complete. Well, I would be really sorry to see any of you go, but if refraining here causes you grief, I'll spare no effort to see you home safely. Which to say, I decided our next set of samples shall be delivered to Palakistan. Furthermore, I asked those who visited Company Thrace on an errand, seeing as though how your village fares is no doubt the best thing for both of you right now. It'll help you understand your feelings, after which we may proceed however so you desire. And should your colleagues require it, I'm sure you can be relied upon to dispense the perfect advice. Give her my regards. Then it's settled. I've been preparing the samples at once. Yay. Hold on. I'm going out. No matter what happens, we must finish Miss Tataru's necklace. Are we to proceed with the restoration, do you think? I dare say we have enough materials thanks to Thrace's dedication. As for work itself, I thought we can entrust it to lapidary Mrs. Tataru once apprenticed with. I'm glad you think so as well. Let's leave necklace in the brush on capable hands or blah blah blah. Blah de blah de blah. Why are you all the way over here? I remember when we first set foot upon these docks, after a long exhausting journey through the frozen wastes, after surviving those horrid beasts, Mr. Tataru was a warm beacon of light. Working at the boutique has helped us rebuild our lives, but I will never forget the feeling of powerlessness. Should I have stayed in Palakistan and tried to defend my people? Was I coward to flee? Is it a betrayal to my home and to myself to remain here? I can't stop thinking in circles. Anyways, I'm glad this opportunity is to better understand where my heart truly lies. All will be well, I'm sure, but first must be off. We'll miss our connecting flight. What do you mean connecting flight? It's like a ship. And not an airship. A regular ship. Okay, maybe they are using an airship. We're back! We're truly back in Thavnair. Was Razahan always this current? I can't believe we lived so close, yet rarely make this trip. Remember how it was? Village duties always kept us too busy for travel. Defending pilgrims was trying enough for the stewards before the final days. I wonder how many temple roads are still traversable. If even those in Razahan struggle to travel and worship, our feelings as strangers may be more common than we think. To come all this way, we might totally if Hush and I toured the city on our own. We plan to meet in Palikistan anon. Okay, good. I can. This is one. Ugh. God, I forgot how bright the colors here were. I absolutely forgot about how bright this area is. Home at last. Yes, home. I can finally breathe again. Come on, let's go find the elder. Elder Yerveret. Wow, wonderful to see you. I've been so worried. Tell us how life is, Charlene. Are you being treated well? Oh yes, Elder. Our employee, Mr. Shutter, is the kindest of businesswomen. And in fact, she arranged us to accompany Thrace on an errand here, so I might enjoy some time at home. It's very good to hear. I'm relieved to hear that you're being looked after. You have regard to our people, so thank you for seeing these children home safely. Now then, what is this errand you speak of? Samples. Oh, splendid. Our steward shall put these to good use, you may be assured. If only we could repay your generosity with something even half as marvelous. Alas, our village is a village of little extravagance. Everything seems as it ever was. Indeed, with the support of the Radiant Host and funds you and the others have sent, we gained much of our peace when we once knew. Thank the sisters. Still, there was something I wish to speak about, Elder. You're worried your heart grows distant from Thavnair, that you've wandered too far from home. But my child, it is only right that you should wander, that you should roam. Your heart's connections endures no matter where you go. You yet think of us fondly enough to visit, yes, and since what guild you can spare, do you not? Gestures perhaps, but not true commitment. Shall I not be here with all of you working to restore our village? There's no restoring our village, Hashad. Without those we've lost, Palikistan will never be what it was. We must instead do all we can to become a new village with a new future ahead of us, although particulars of our path are not yet clear to me. How so? Ours have already been a settlement of stewards, as you know, tasked with protection and preservation of Thavnair's sacred sites. But we have seen our roads shaken and temples defiled by beasts. The material is not always within our ability to protect. What is everlasting is our faith, the bonds between our people and the divine, through old teaching we remind ourselves of life meaning. Yet if we wish to ensure our traditions endure for generations to come, we should not strive to do more to maintain our temples until pilgrims deign to visit. But I do not wish to tire you with an old man's musings. Surely there's other ways to ensure that our people remain connected to their heritages and faith. All we need is the right idea, something our village could knew our village could offer. Well, my words seem to inspire you, as well as the worldly insights you've gained. I'm sure future you visit Palakistan will come nothing short of remarkable. But there's no need to rush. Take some time to speak with the others and make yourselves at home. Where's the elephant? More precious than guilt, and we get a little thing. How foolish I think the answer would be so simple. I would come home, roll up my sleeve, and help restore our village the way it was. Would find fulfillment. Alas, not all that was lost can be reclaimed. Our people face a new struggle, perhaps discovering new ways for the village to fulfill its duty. You might help our community. Exactly, like the elder said, surely our experiences at Charlie have given us a unique perspective. Not to mention Thrace's extensive knowledge of the world. I'm sure that between three of us, we come up with a brilliant plan to support Palakistan. Yes, you're right. I'm sure that hearing how everyone fares will give us insight as well. Not so he'll forget to hear of Palakistan. I'm sure that everyone will be eager to speak with you as well. There are others whom I'd like to speak once we finish here. Of course, I must forget to pay our respect. They're going to accompany me. They're going to accompany me. I knew at the moment that, like, the game told me to re-talk to them. Excuse me, I couldn't even notice the beautiful equipment that you delivered to the elder. As a weaver who crafts armor for a steward, I'd love to hear more about its origins. Crotch height. Created cooperation with guilds from across the world. Ooh, I must have a closer look. Final days exposed the limitation of my skills. Traditional Thavnarian techniques alone did not suffice. I'm eager to hone my craft by studying the works. Yeah. Although in my weaker moments, I often wonder if purchasing armor for our swords would be the superior solution. Alas, it requires surplus of coin as well as available product. As a village sustained by donations and remittances, it was hard pressed affording things so expensive. Even if the suppliers were to venture this deep into the jungle. Elephant. Oh, hello there, saying well, just passing through. Our recovery has been slow but steady. I'm concerned for those who still manage to struggle with wounds our healers cannot cure. The final days may have passed, but grief and trauma are not so easily overcome, or ever for those who must accept our constant companions. Us is a tightly knit community, but I worry for those in the capital and abroad. I imagine it is difficult for them to honor the old teachings as they labor far from home. As so many of us fled during dark times, only to bring the comforts of community to all Hanish. If it isn't accompanied by our savior, no less. Welcome home, welcome home. True, we've been short-handed these days, but we've managed nonetheless. While there's a happiness in being reunited with young ones, we are just as happy knowing that you walk your own path, no matter where it leads. I remember how I couldn't wait to become a steward when he was little, but as far as I'm concerned, sending aid from afar is practically as praiseworthy as tending to the temples here. Times are changing. Who's to say that it cannot be another form of stewardship? The steward who supports the village from afar never considered a possibility. I think everyone is so eager to help one another makes me more determined than ever to contribute. But before anything else, shall we go? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, to Parissa. Accompany us. Oh, they won't need to walk, don't they? I probably can't just sit back and... Wait, what happens if I do use his? They go away. They come back? Okay, good. When I was little, we used to run through these wilds, playing steward and imagining fierce battles with hideous beasts. Got scolding of a lifetime when parents found out. But what really happened when the sky turned red and jungle spewed forth of unspeakable horrors, I could do nothing but cower. That's why I feel so guilty for not returning, for not doing more, even though it may never be enough. But this time I'll rise to the occasion. What about you? I'll never give much use to the thought of those walking those roads before me. Blah. Countless pilgrims risked their lives, aware of the dangers ahead. They pressed on. So strong was the devotion, so sacred the tradition. It is the perilous path you walk, so is written, and so too our forebears must have felt, braving these jungles to reach what would have become a beloved home. Gator. Man, look at that dilapidated temple. It's been a while. Yes, but we made it. I'm home, mother, father. Here at Farasa, we may commune with the spirits of the departed. Neither Medajnas nor my parents survived the violent days. I told about how you saved us and we're doing well. I know they rest easier for that. Maybe next time we visit to deliver glad tidings from Palakistan. Though I'm relieved to find the village in a better state than I feared, it seems there still issues that might help address. Finding a nearby steady source of income, for instance, so the stewards can be properly outfitted without overwhelming our reavers. It's also trouble to hear about those continued struggle without support of the local community. There must be some way to provide respite. Indeed, the question is what? Do you have any thoughts? Sell souvenirs. What would Tataru do? What would Tataru do? Would she want to make money? Well, Mistress Tataru has already put great store in collaboration and partnerships. So what if Palakistan were to enter a partnership, perhaps with the boutique itself? I think you're onto something. The boutique sold wares the village produced, for instance. Our people will be able to reliable revenue. But what can Palakistan offer and to whom? How about amulets and talismans or images of the deities? Something simple, created for the love of our homeland and our faith, so no one forgets or feels forgotten. I like that. Temples are creating remembrance of our ancestors and divine teachings, but reminders need only take the form of great works. Small keepsakes, yeah! Yeah, we're gonna do it! We figured out an idea! Rather, I can't wait for you to tell Mrs. Tataru. It was your idea after all. Team effort, I say. Let's continue without you and Farisa. A proposal to prove Miss Tataru no doubt need assistance, Charlian. I'm ready to willing to provide it, but what of you? What will you do? Will you stay or will you go? Curse of Ma? Oh no, not the Curse of Mahjong. I could just go to the Golden Saucer and play Mahjong. I too will return to the boutique. One day I will come home to stay, but for now I will do all my power to help our visitors thrive. I'm relieved to hear you say so. Let's go and consult with the elder about our plan. Well, not right now. I need to still do a couple of these side quests and stories. That should be in the game. Yes, but Mahjong is in the game. Like, it's at the Golden Saucer. Here you're able to escort these children. Are you feeling clear for it? I think so. We struck an idea to support the village. Tangible mementos of our faith, an interesting proposition. Many here be glad to create such reminders. I expect those unable to strenuous labor would be grateful for the opportunity to contribute to the prosperity of our village. Say nothing of the options the additional funds will provide, but most importantly, we'd be able to help those who have chosen to live apart from us to make it feel more connected to the community and their faith. I'm proud of both of you discovering such an innovative way to do so. If me, Hashad and I will stay in Charlian for the foreseeable future, then take with you the knowledge that no matter where your journey takes you, our hearts will be as one. May the sisters guide you. We'll come back again, we promise. In the meantime, we'll see it into fruition. I'll send word once we determine the particulars. Alright, Charlian awaits. Bye. You don't believe it is? If only there was a way to prove it. Grace, the necklace is back from the lapidary. He had nothing but fond memories of Mrs. Tataru and is eager to pour his everything into restoration. The result is magnificent. The original sapphire extended with black pearl from the ruby sea and rose shell from world, united by the length of the Machian leather, a single necklace symbolizing Mrs. Tataru's past and present. His sister was a remarkable gift. However, it wants for a finishing touch. Perfectly by your hand. After hearing about your visit to Palicasen, I know just the thing. In short, we'll be proposing a new line of products to help our people feel closer to their roots, yeah? In honor of Mr. Tataru's roots, I would have you describe the symbol of Nalthal upon the back of the pendant. It will be an honor. It will be honorable. With painstaking effort and unwavering focus, he engraved the symbol of the traders onto Tataru's necklace. Any who behold it will surely know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this final flourish was a product of your heroic hand. It shows you adore it. Our work is officially done. I have received word from Mrs. Tataru. She'll be arriving at Scholar's Hall soon. Let's go meet her there. I was expecting a personal escort from the docks, so I dare say I could grow accustomed to it. How was your time in Palicasen? Did you find it worthwhile? So while they do have interest in equipment, matters of recovery are their greater concern at present. Yeah, recovery, yes, but also growth, which leads to a lucrative opportunity for the boutique. It would permit me to suggest the new product. We have wonderful other handcraft designed and produced by the people of Palicasen. Authentic works representing the Hanish culture. Oops. Our village is up to the task. You will not disappoint. None doubt there, not their crucifixion, Miss Tataru. A product that embodies Saturn's spiritual beauty to be shared with the whole world, why the boutique should be offering nonetheless. Though we made wonderful progress with our samples, I believe it's time for a change of pace, and handcrafts born of the heartfelt desire to celebrate one's culture is bound to resonate with one another. Given your eagerness, the president of Med Ninja intends to stay and help facilitate this new venture. But what about you? Do you feel the call to return to Thavnia more strongly? As well, I've taken everyone home. I realized that living a part of them does not mean I must forsake my childhood dream of service. I believe I can serve my purpose by people here. Yeah, Pratik. I can serve. Sure. Miss Tatru, if you would not be untoward, we would like to present you with a small token of appreciation for everything you've done for us. Not untoward at all. Rest assured, I would graciously have all offerings of praise and adoration, especially for ones as fine as this. But how queer! How queer! This actually looks remarkably like one of my... Raisa, is this my mother Sapphire? Why Lala so ugly? Shh. Look, I put the symbol of Nalthal on the back. Did you know? What an auspicious necklace it had become. Never in my life did I imagine I'd see this jewel again. Oh hey, it's a song that sounds like an Undertale song. It was part of her family heirloom. Where my mother was married, she received it from her mother. How her eyes sparkled when she spoke of one day giving it to me. I'll never forget. When father business failed, we lost everything, and this was the last I saw of it. Though the heirloom did not survive in its entirety, Master Pippin managed to recover the sapphire. From there, we recovered parts from clients during the sample deliveries and commissioned the necklace you hold now. Now that I think of it, Theresa did receive mysterious gifts on those visits, so now that I think about it... Time after time, I'm reminded of the fortune and coin. It promises only a fraction of what wealth of friendship provides. When my family lost its last guild, it became a Lapindra's assistant, and that's how I met a certain miner named Menphilia. Oh my god, this fucking Menphilia. Fucking pray return. We hit it off instantly, chatting every time she brought in gems for appraisals, and then one day she came not with our usual haul, but with an invitation to join the Path of the 12. The rest, they say, is history. One separate meaning that led to many others, that led to so many adventures. I saw that poor little girl reunited with a precious memento. Wow. Our teacher says that there's more ugliness than beauty in the world. To live is to suffer. But we never suffer alone, and what's more beautiful than the bonds that we share with each other? Indeed, it's these connections that give meaning to our lives. Connections for which I'm grateful, and thus compelled to advise we return to Agora. The counter remains unmanned, and we mustn't neglect our clients. Right. Back to work for a lot of us. We got new products to plan. Very so, on behalf of the entire boutique, let me thank you for all you've done. I'm ashamed to admit that excitement to prepare Miss Tataru's surprise, Roz and I prepared to something for you. That sounds like a cure for Mrs. Tataru. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Very soon, Theresa here will no doubt embark upon another journey to the corners of the world's unknown, and as she is wont to do. I wish you and making new friends and remind you of those who always hold you in their hearts. I have prepared bespoke chocobo barding, crafting with love by Tataru Taru. You mean for something that I don't use? I don't think I've used like any barding or a chocobo in such a long time. I dare say the boutique will embark upon its own adventure in the coming days, and with true adventure invariably comes tribulation. But with your compassion, resourcefulness, and reliability, I have every confidence we shall succeed in our respective endeavors. To ever higher returns of both coin and camaraderie. Camaraderie. Come. Oh, and don't think just because you run off the other side of the world that I mean to tend to solicit you for future involvement. You won't escape me that easily. Wayfarer's barding, Tataru's bespoke framer's kit. Capital gains. Let me go ahead and use these. Chocobo saddlebag? No. I forgot how to access the bardings for the chocobo. Oh, yes, companion. Wait. Okay, I don't have that. That's Wayfarer's barding? But it doesn't show me what it's going to look like. I'm gonna have to go somewhere. Let's go to Ravnair because I want to do this, and I'm gonna do the thing that I need to catch up on, and then Hildebrand will be tomorrow along with the funny other thing. Okay. Mount Guide Chocobo. Okay, so this is it. It's just the barding that's around the Chocobo. Wow. That's almost nothing. That's pretty nothing. So, instead of completing 6.55 last little bit, there's something that I didn't do that I should have done in 6.1, but I just never did. I think it's here. No, you're the other one. This ain't it. Yeah, bitter snow. Yeah, this one. What if it's in Theresa, all around good egg and champion of, well, the whole world, I suppose. Word travels fast, my friend. We all heard about your exploits in defending the blasphemies that plague the good people of Rosia and Doma. Sadly, there are other fell beasts that yet for slain, but fear not. Our efforts to bring them low proceed apace, and we've not but the glad tidings from our allies. But in fact, we've recently received word from resistance forces in Baja that blasphemy was slain, thanks in no small part to the Lord Hien's timely assistance. Perhaps his most surprising purport came from the world, where soldiers led by the infamous Black Wolf fought alongside Alamegan troops for yet another hard-earned victory. Reports for Garlemald, however, suggest another blasphemy threat that lurks in the snow. We've received a petition for assistance. Strange, don't you think? When the effects of the final days began to spread in earnest, we encountered many a great monster in Garlemald, but never a blasphemy. And there's matters worse. They say Garleans who chose to remain and rebuild have begun transforming into yet more hideous creatures. From what I understand, it was you and your comrades that brought an end to the source of the final days, is that right? Even so, it appears the effects still linger on for a while. Until this malevolent influence on Akasa subsides, I dare say it won't be the last time we hear such sightings. As for the blasphemy, we have reason to believe it's a great deal stronger than any we've faced thus far. Your strength and experience will provide quite value if willing to help, of course. Well, of course I'll help. Truly, our contacts in Charlotte would be thrilled to hear, even though they did not expectedly request your presence. It was clear from the first that they were hoping for you. Though I may be frank, I was not expecting Charlene of all places to be concerned with the present state of Garlemald. With his strict policies of non-intervention, perhaps we'll find out the reason before this is all over. But that's an inquiry for another time. I'll keep you longer. Once you arrive in Garlemald, I think the intelligence officer stations there will be happy to apprise you of the situation. Yeah, this was definitely something that I was supposed to do at like 6.1. This was definitely something I was supposed to do in 6.1, and I just never did. So technically, I've let this thing sit there for like a year and a half. Sana Haver is with us. I presume you come to assist us in the hunt for the blasphemy? Maxima and Lucia will be pleased to hear it if you come this way. You want out?
Bean.
No, not Bean. Good to see you again, Theresa, though I wish it was under more fortuitous circumstances. We are reluctant to call upon you, knowing that you but recently returned from the far reaches of heaven, but we are no less glad for your aid. Now, I believe it is best if the man who first discovered the blasphemy explained the situation. Very so good. We may forgo introductions then. Thank you for answering our call for assistance. As for the situation at hand, it concerns a joint effort between the Forum and the Loprits to find new purpose for the moon. While there is no longer need for a vessel to evacuate the star, we believe the moon may provide use to the people of Earth. After much contemplation, a rather ingenious proposal was put forth to transform the moon into a repository for man's knowledge, an archive here to unseen scale. Caroline has long had the honor of boasting incomparable repositories of the world's knowledge, but is far from perfect. Should calamity befall us, natural or otherwise, the wisdom of the ages have long labored to preserve will be lost. But the moon is beyond such risk. What's more, it's beyond the jurisdiction of any one nation. Thus, we consult with the allied nations of Orisia, the Far East, or Azadhan. They agreed to assemble a survey team to take measure of the moon and its potential as a repository. As our plans of assessment were forestalled, however, by the presence of an entity we believe to be a blasphemy in the Tower of Babel. Claims of Garlean citizens transforming into monsters shortly after discovery only gave further credence to our initial supposition. But we're not only ill tidings to share, reinforcements have been dispatched to aid us in quelling the blasphemy threat. Lord Artriol and the members of Gridania's Keepers of the Entwined Serpents have already begun an investigation into the catalyst of these transformations. Though the sky is no longer burned, the spread of this affliction is much curtailed. We must remain vigilant. Until the blasphemy's threat has been quelled, Alpha Nonalise have graciously offered to keep calm people of Terratium while we attend to the people here. This was supposed to be done in 6.1 and I didn't do it. But the matter of blasphemy is not so easily resolved, I'm afraid. We recently met with a certain complications that have hindered our plans. Yugiri and Fordola are presently deliberating how best to resolve the situation. Perhaps it would be best if you heard the details directly from them. I know I am lazy. I put this off for like a year. 2 years, in fact. I should like to join you if I may, as this endeavor was originally undertaken on Charlene's behalf. I feel like it's my own responsibility to see through it to its conclusion. I did not expect to see you here of all places, but I'm no less glad of your presence. I presume the word of the blasphemy has brought you here, in which case I believe it might be best if a member of the reconnaissance team guard explained the situation. An acquaintance of yours? Aren't you the captain of the company of heroes? Who, me? Heavens no, I'm just a lowly sword for hire, hoping to fatten my purse with a touch of mercenary work after taking my leave from Limsa. I reckon you find sooner my Miss Spear's treasure than the company of heroes captain, and need to have reason to make themselves known, lass. But you didn't come all this way to hear about me, did you? The blasphemy we're after is in its nest in the upper reaches of the Tower of Babel. The auxiliary sector, I believe it was. But it wasn't alone. A sizable horde of beasts were circulating about like knights protecting their queen. Naturally, we thought to strike from a distance before engaging in earnest, but not a single bullet reached its mark. They were protected by some manner of mystical shroud, as far as I can figure. Without a keen eye for magic, I'd see no one getting through. By the time we understand the fertility of the situation, we've been spotted. Retreat was the only option. Pains me to say, but it won't be any brute forcing our way through this one. My understanding was, once transformed, these blasphemies are completely void of ether. What energies could it create with such a barrier? That's the question, isn't it? My first thought was some heretofore unknown technique of conjuring shields. Needless to say, I'm out of my depth when it comes to matters of magic. Which is precisely why I plan to speak with the Elder Seats here when she arrives. Anyone can help us find a way to overcome the blasphemy's protection, it's her. In the meantime, it could trouble you to help with not so small matter of people changing the beast. The blasphemy's horde was large enough that when we first found it, we came forward and wanted to join its ranks. Very well, we shall convene in the lower arterial and discuss strategy. Before you go, there was something else you can know about the tower. From the moment we stepped outside, we swear there was someone or something watching us. I shrugged it off, thinking it was a figment of my imagination, but in hindsight, I'm not sure. Nothing to worry ourselves about, but best to keep you on guard when we finally do return to the tower, eh? Thraces, good to have you as my friend. Indeed, the war before is not an easy one. The realm of your towns provided valuable to our efforts. But we recently returned from reconnaissance where we made a few rather surprising discoveries. First and foremost, we pleasantly discovered no one residing within Camp Broken Glass, the Tetrarum had turned, no doubt thanks to the concentrated efforts of Maximum Alpha Nodalise. However, we have reason to believe that all those who did turn hailed from Locus Ammonius. You mean Corvos, the Garlean's ancestor home? The very same, with ill effects from the final days begin to manifest there. A number of Garlean refugees from the region sought sanctuary in Garlemald. But the capital was already in ruins when they arrived. They were offered asylum, many refused, and chose to fend for themselves on the outskirts of the city. We are of mind to go and speak with them directly if we care to join us. Perhaps we can learn whether their recent circumstances have triggered such a terrible change among their people. Oh, this is what they give you. Time being at the essence, I believe it's prudent we split into two groups and cover as much ground as we may, and quickly as possible. If you and Master Falstronaut will inquire about the people's Victor spoils, two of us will see we learn whatever. Exposed to the east appeared, then let us be off. How far is it? Jesus. Oh, yes, that place. That place where those kids died. Okay, technically they didn't die there. They died someplace else, but as they should reside here in the cold, I can presume they would not be amenable to conversation. Even so, we must not be deterred. Come. So, what is there to talk about? We have no home, no future, nothing. This doom is supposed to end for us all. Come to your grievances, have you? For more than you have time to hear them, for sure. We lost no but one, but two homes, our loved ones, our livelihood. There's nothing left. I will serve my time with the military, but for what? To lose all my friends, my son? There was not to show for it, but they would claim a locus omnius. Or so we thought. Calamity was visited upon us for reasons we know not. And when we thought to flee, it followed us on the heels to Garlemald, ruin and ash every turn. Well, that is what happened. Those kids died. They ran away and then they died in a corner. Can't imagine why you and anyone else would feign interest in our troubles, but if you insist, you'll find a great many people here were in the military one time or another. Some retiring with honors and others without. Sadly, I was one of the latter, bore one of many scars in battle. Even so, my contributions were enough to warrant leave to move to Locus Imminus. It was a land of warmth and bounty. The Corvasi rebellion, admittedly, proved a troublesome time. But it did not take long for the Second Legion to quell their uprising. You practically drowned in the calm and quiet. And then one day the skies came aligned with fire, and we were overrun by all manners of foul beasts born of our brothers and sisters. The Second Legion barely had time to assemble their forces before they were overrun and snuffed out. We barely escaped with our lives. But we greeted only with more wrack and ruin on arrival here, and now we've not the strength to take our home back from the Corvasi a second time. There's nothing left for us anywhere. I see. Heard much of the same. The military forces of Locus Imminus was defeated in the wake of the final days. Desperate to survive, they naturally fled to Garlemald seeking sanctuary. It was no hope that might of the Empire allowed them to reclaim their home they were forced to abandon, but the capital was already in ruin when they arrived. Needless to say, the lands long believed to be the ancestral home of the Garlean people may remain forever lost to them. Those unfamiliar with history would believe they have already resided in the bitter cold climes of northern Isambard, but that was only after the Corvasi invaded 800 years prior. With the advent of Magitech, I imagine it was all too easy for Emperor Solus to rally his people and take back what they believed to be rightfully theirs. Yet history would tell us true, that the land they call Locus Amanus had been known by other names, and served the home as myriad of people. Indeed, only needs back to the Allegans reign in Third Astral Era to give the lie that the Garlean claimed sovereignty. Yet even though such ancestral ties to Locus Amani and antecedents cannot justify their animosity to foreign peoples. Animosity poorly veiled as delusions of justice has been the case for so many nations throughout history. Would that man have the sense and strength of will to break free from the chains of hatred? Help! Someone help! They've turned! Another monster quickly. We must a moment to lose. One of my mates seemed unwell, so I thought I'd come over and look in on him. Next thing I knew, he... No one appears to be injured. Did he not attack? He just walked off in the direction toward the town, and Dave said it was calling to him. He couldn't have gone far. If you would go after him, I'll remain here and see that all are accounted for. Well, say he did not want to attack. Well, I killed him. The beast is slain, then thank the heavens. For a blessing no others have returned, and a measure of calm has been restored, if only for a moment. But as they able to offer a clue to the source of the transformation, they claimed the afflicted was listening to this radio. Even now, he continues to play the same cryptic message. Empire no more, never again, rise ashes. Though distorted by radio stacking, you hear a voice saying the Empire is no more, never again shall it rise from the ashes. But how is this possible? There's no facilities left standing that could possibly deliver a broadcast. Anima was capable of sending such a message. Be that as may, Anima is no more, and Tower of Babel has fallen into disrepair, by your hand no less. We begs the question who, or perhaps what, could be behind us. Raise a Master Potion on a moment if you would. Shortly after we finished our inquiry at Liminal Station 4, Lord Amaric and the Admiral Rera arrived and requested an audience. Apology for being a late arrival, knowing firsthand the devastation of which blasphemies are capable. I discussed the matter with the Admiral, and we were of one mind that the situation warranted our immediate presence. Is it safe to presume the representative of the survey team has already arrived? Indeed, I have. Yeah, thank you. Recent events here at camp have provided most enlightening. And this aforementioned radio? Empire? No, yeah. A harsh reminder of the misfortune sufficient to push someone wayward over the edge, it would seem. It still remains a question who sent this message, from where? Glory everlasting Golemald. For glory everlasting for Golemald? No, it couldn't be. You recognize this message? A mantra often supported by Lord Nerva. Anyone who lived in the province's own authority could scarcely forget these words. He sought to claim the throne after the assassination of Emperor Varius, did he not? After the Civil War broke out, he all but disappeared according to the intelligence we managed to gather. How could he manage to breach the tower undetected? To have done so and remain unnoticed by creatures infesting the tower seems not an impossible task unless... He's the voice... I do. As with Anima, these radios are somewhat attuned to whatever signal it emits from the tower. What's more, I believe the true identity of Blasphemy is Nerva. Robbed of the throne and forced to watch the empire he no longer command, or the empire he longed to command crumble before his very eyes. If such a loss did not drive him to the same fate as Quintus, the despair no doubt overcame him and turned him. Nervous delusions of grandeur aside, the Garleans' plight sounds not unlike the Sahagin, desperate to preserve their spawning grounds. Indeed, though unscrupulous by any measure, the Garleans found solidarity in their ideology, as did the people of Ishgard and the church. Adrift without a home of purpose is all too easy for despair to take hold. Would that remedy was simple as offering them land as we did to Sahagin? In all likelihood, Garleans will refuse to settle for odd less than what they'd like to believe their ancestral homeland of Locus Aminas. I claim that Corvasi would readily take arms to the Isles. We would do not to further fan the flames of animosity twixt them. And perhaps at the very least we can offer the peace of mind and the means to gain some semblance of stability in their lives. Garlemald must be rebuilt. By no means he's a solution, perhaps the only one worthy of pursuit. Of course, this new Garlemald must be remain a sovereign nation, free from oversight of others. They seem no meaning in it otherwise. If I'm not mistaken, Alphinaud nowadays already makes strides in helping people getting normalcy in day-to-day, important first step, but it means little without proper leadership. But as a single individual, maybe a government body. Oh my god, this was all the stuff that happened in the main storyline quest off screen. There's number 4 Synod members and refugees camped in the glass. With their help, creating a framework for new governance is not an impossibility. But when am I going to fight the blasphemy? Final days take much from y'all, but I can imagine the pain you must feel and face measurable loss. Although the final days have been perverted, if effects still linger, a blasphemy has been born of your suffering. Decisive action must be taken before further harm is wrought upon you. To overcome such adversity is a task for any one person, but as people united, there may be hope for the morrow. While it might not apply to decide how you move forward, we will offer you a small measure of guidance. We are told a number of former members of your Synod yet remaining among you. Would you be amenable to an intern government led by these individuals until such time Garlemald can be rebuilt? Rebuild Garlemald, is such a thing truly possible? Even if we do couple together some governing council, they won't be making anything out of that pile of ash we dare call Garlemald. There's no go back to Locus on money either. Racked and ruined, those are only options. I realize to rebuild Garlemald is seemingly an impossible task, but you need to undertake it alone. My children are working with members of the 1st Legion as we speak to organize a relief effort, and those from other provinces will no doubt lend their expertise. You need not ask, nor as we be conquerors, but as brothers and sisters of this star, and the others will heed your call. It should be still see no merit in rebuilding Garlemald, then I would instead offer you a residency in Charlian. I promise you'll be welcomed with open arms. Yeah, I do have a 90 in all combat roles. That's the only way to do this quest. Charlian, now you have expect us to go and lick boots to some country we've never even heard of? My apology, I appear overly forward in my proposition, considering our strict policies on non-intervention until recently. It's surprising that you are unfamiliar with my homeland. It is an island nation to the north, home to a myriad of people, which is why I believe... Actually, it's to the west of y'all, but fuck you. Which is why I believe it will not provide difficult to accommodate you and yours. To be clear, we will not be migrating Charlian with living servitude. You have my word that each and every one of you will be guaranteed citizenship upon entry. And why exactly would you go to the link for us? For the conquerors you barely know. Charlian was long aware of the coming doom that would be the final days, and we were preparing to evacuate the star, take as many people and resources as the stores will allow. Initially, it was our intent to save the people of Garlemald as well, but we have not forgotten your transgression in invading Alamigo, your rejection of our entreaties for peace. After a great deal of deliberation, it was decided we would forgo an invitation to Garlemald, a determination made with great trepidation. We convinced ourselves that it was ultimately for the greater good, though I can think of at least one individual who continued to protest. To ignore the plight of those one might considerably save is not wisdom, it's indolence. Yes, you just have to have 190 in each role. So you have to do all the quests for each role quest, and then you unlock the final one. So you don't have to have every single job to 90, just one. You just have to have enough that you've beaten each of those role quests. Sage counsel I brazenly cast aside when confronted with the final days in earnest. But Theresa here and her companions refused to forsake those we otherwise unwilling to save. With great risk to themselves, they achieved the impossible and opened my eyes to the error of the Forum's decision. If all roads lead to the ruin, perhaps we should at least consider it. Then it would be my pleasure to invite you all to Camp Broken Glass, where you still have warm food and beds, both. Emma, Mirab, and I shall speak with Maxim and the others and consider how best to assist the Garleans moving forward. Should we broach the subject of the blasphemy, however, we will not hesitate to put a call upon you. Wow, that wasn't... Oh. Wait, was this over the course of several patches? Hold on, let me see something. Okay, there's only two more. There's only two more quests with this. There we go. With the Garland's hearts at ease, the likelihood of the others turning has greatly diminished. That said, it was not cause for us to grow complacent. We must need to find ways to overcome the blasphemy's protective warding. To my understanding, the blasphemy's behavior is oftentimes influenced by the memories and emotions of the originator, in which case it would be prudent to learn more of the man who birthed this monstrosity. A foretold is then that a number of soldiers from 3rd Legion are in our custody. For mercy, that tempering was not as severe as beyond our ability to heal them. They're presently being treated at Camp Broken Glass. Perhaps the camp's intelligence officer could tell us who among those aught of Nerva's whereabouts. Okay, it was all within 6.1.
One eternity later.
It was all within 6.1. It's just like 5 quests, though. I see. Perhaps it's best to speak to Virgilia, the legatus of the 3rd Legion. Legatus or whatever. She's on the mend, but the chirurgeons aren't likely to pose a brief conversation if you wait here a moment. Rosian's champion, I presume, and one of her cohorts. What business have you with me? Isabel faced with imminent crisis, and believe the knowledge you bear may be key stopping it. That's what we believe the blasphemy to be Nerva. His whereabouts in the wake of the Garlemald's fall, or lack thereof, gives credence to our theory. Lord Nerva. And for all we have pieced together thus far, you were one last to see him alive. Please do not show us what you know. Very well, though I suspect what meager knowledge they do possess shall be avail you not. I last spoke with Lord Nerva shortly after warring with the First Legion began. Cloistered among the lower levels of Sinaculum Imperialis, he spent the better part of the day listening attentively to the radio. He seemed hopeful, or perhaps desperate, for news that the tide might turn in our favor. The next day, I left for the front line. There I heard a terrible noise, which I assumed came from the Tower of Babel. Then darkness took me. I remember not after that. I was told the radios protected those close to them from the effects of the tower, in which case Lord Nerva would remain unaffected. But he has been ever devoted to Garlemald, for glory everlasting, he would say. To watch the Empire he loved so dearly crumble, I can think of no one who would be more stricken by the sight. It would seem we were right to assume that would come in Nerva. And it does not surprise me the beast would choose to make its nest within the Tower of Babel. It sends to tear up the remains of the Imperial Palace and throne he revered so highly. But the Empire is no more, and Lord Nerva apparently is no longer the man he once was. He deserved to be laid to rest, together with his dreams of glory. We'll fell the beast, you have my word. Apology for the interrupted. Kane-san has arrived and we're ready to depart. It's good to see you, Thrace, and Master Falchonot. Yeah. I've spoken with Lorenz of the ward protecting the blasphemy. I'm quite confident in the manner of aether-based magic bars our path. If I may be so bold, I will say we came to the same conclusion initially, but that's simply not possible. Those creatures born of the final days are devoid of ether. As such, they were to be unable to produce such a barrier in a manner in which we are accustomed. Do you think it's possible they manipulated dynamists to achieve a similar effect? I too thought that the notion of the barrier fueled by aether. That is, until I stepped foot here in Garlemald, and even now I can sense streams of ether flowing towards the tower. Its purpose was, after all, to harvest reserves of energy sufficient to reach the moon. Even which one is incapable of manipulating aether directly, stands to reason the control of the tower will alleviate such a need. It is merely conjecture, of course. I cannot say for certain until I examine the currents with my own eyes. May I ask you to accompany us? Oh! I would join you as well, if I may. My injuries would keep me from being a use in battle. My knowledge of Blanche shall serve you just as well as my blade. I'm not opposed to your company, but it's not my decision to make. You may go as long as she remains under watch over you and the others. Very good. I suggest we begin with Regio Urbanissima. I sense the greatest confluence of aether in that vicinity. Someone keeps watching us. As I thought, the ether seemed here flows towards the tower, as do all others in this region, no doubt. The convergence first began when the Telophori erected spires in all the corners of Eorzea to fuel the Tower of Babel. But once destroyed, the divergent of aether should have ceased. Alright, who's are you? If you have business with us, quit skulking around in the shadows. Speak your piece. Was it you in the tower there, wasn't it? Fuck you. My, you're sharper than you look. It's fucking Nero. I recognize you, Nero, yes. Why are you following us? Who said I'm following you? Being a native of Garlemald does not stand to my reason I might be inclined to come and see what become of my home. I know not what you're scheming, but no time to entertain your games. Perhaps Master Garland would make better company for you. Spare me, I'm a man of great ambition and greater intellect, far beyond the scope anything Garland could ever achieve. He still keeps his head in the clouds while I set my sights to the stars beyond. Which is why you snuck in the tower, but like us, you couldn't get past the blasphemy to reach a transporter. Yes, well, I was very much hoping you would dispense with that little obstacle. And we have caught wind of your plans. Curiosity compelled me to see if you're truly up to the task. Do you have any reason to believe we're not? Or perhaps does the great genius Nero mean to dispense with the blasphemy itself? Far be it from me to steal your glory and come all this way, but I'm feeling generous. I'll tell you what I've learned in my time in the Tower of Babel. I was able to access the systems, you see, and discover one of the dreadful spires appears to still be active. Impossible, they all vanished when Anima was still destroyed. Yes, I've heard your escapades reclaiming the remains of the Empire, but obviously you failed to reclaim his entire body. As it stands, a piece of power remains at the tower in Fabrica. Ah yes, the manufacturing district just north of the erstwhile Imperial Palace. A rather impressive feat considering how these lands are so utterly devoid of aether, barely enough to sustain life, let alone inspire. But if one were used various remain to forcibly create confluence of sorts. Precisely, and from what I've gleaned the tower system, his heart serves as a core. Bursting not with the blood of your precious ether, and now Nerva is amassed sufficient to shore up his defenses. Of fortuitous he should find the perfect impetus for his design, stolen from better minds than his own, how very like him. Oh, did I say that out loud? You forgive me if I fail to show concern for your ire. What you say is true, these lands could never hope to recover from such a policy of life energy. We must hurry and find Various' heart to spare both the lands of this wanton harvesting and deny the blasphemy of the source of protection. I presume that you have an intention of aiding us? As I said, I have no intention of stealing your glory, though I fear victory may soon slip through your fingers if you do not act quickly. The Tower of Babel was designed specifically for Anima to serve as its core. Nerva forcing itself upon the system has caused it to grow increasingly unstable. If my calculations are correct, and there always are, it will not be long before his presence triggers a system meltdown. Resulting explosion will destroy whatever tenuous streams of aether breathe life into the lands of Garlemald. But more importantly, we'll lose our only means of reaching the moon. The heavens forever denied my genius. So very fortunate. In event, it seems like time's of the essence. That's all well and good, but even if you knew which district to search, finding the heart would be looking for a needle in a bloody haystack. Actually, I might know where we can start. It's rather hazy, but I have vague recollection of my time serving Anima when I was enthralled. We were commanded to erect some manner of facility tucked away in a corner of Fabrica. I remember not what it's for, but it's a good place at any beginning to our search. Certainly it sounds promising, but surely this facility would be heavily guarded. Then maybe it's best to divide our forces. If it's just the four of us, it shouldn't prove too difficult to sneak aside and find the heart. Meanwhile, the main force can stand ready to storm the Tower of Babel when the barrier gives out. AKA, we didn't want to create a new area for this one thing, so, yeah. This is Levier. What? Very well, we shall return at once. The Guardians have left camp for the Tower of Babel. They somehow misunderstood the threat of the tower and convinced themselves that Nerva has taken refuge there, still claiming their ill-placed patriotism, no doubt. They could not have gone far. If we act quickly, perhaps they can be found before they come to harm. A wise man should not waste his time on a few wayward refugees. I thought you Charlie and Scholars knew better. To ignore the plight of those who might considerably safe is not wisdom, sir. You're just going to continue to say that. It's all the same youth race. I would like you to join. Yeah. I'll return to camp and begin preparation and assault on the tower. Damn. There's also one. God, I got to piss. But I feel close to finishing this. I suppose I should go as well. Diamond armor will not be a burden. That said, it would behoove us avoiding undue confrontations if possible. Now let us be off. Roshanal is now accompanying you. No trace of them here. Hello, new tasty Lala chats. No. They know Lollicos. I'm not cute. I'm not a frog. I am neither of those things. Someone help, please. Oh, wow. Did you hear that came from over there? No, you're not. You're the furthest thing from it. You're the one who came to speak to us before. We've heard Lord Nerva had returned and was assembling his forces in tower, but... No, not Lord Nerva too. Then there really is nothing left for us. I'll deny your situation dire, but you're not without a path forward. If you believe you have the passion and conviction to need to rebuild Garlemald if you so choose, or failing that, you can begin life anew in Charlian. Rebuild Garlemald? No, there's no point in entertaining such a lofty dream. We would rather sooner die than suffer life under the rule of another. You would not sooner seek death than sanctuary. Your resolve is admirable, but solely misplaced. If you would not see Garlemald rise from the snow and ashes here in Ildebard, may you consider venturing until another frontier? New frontier, and where exactly is this land ripe for exploration? There, on the moon. Our goal is to create a repository of man's knowledge there, free from the jurisdiction of any nation. As I understand it, magic technological advancements of Garlemald were without peer. Your expertise will be indispensable in the endeavor, should you be willing, of course. You really expect us to go and live on the bloody moon? Is such a thing even possible? Have you a better alternative? Lest you forget, Garlemald did not rise from grandeur, from the complacency in the present of rumination of the past. We live for the future, it's in our blood. Life is not without hardships, of course. Even I have met with the occasional stumbling block. But even should I stumble, my eyes are forever fixed skyward, seeking ever greater heights. The Empire might be lost, but I possess a great deal of knowledge gained from it, and desire to seek more. The very notion of exploring the moon is an unprecedented prospect, and that you would balk at a proposition boggles the mind. Consider this, you've heard the beast of the final days were born of the hapless souls who've given up on everything, yes? If that's indeed the case, can you tell me why you still stand before me? Because deep down you believe life is yet worth living. Deep down you long to reach the unreachable. Or perhaps you don't. If you should choose to lay down here and die in the snow, that's none of my concern. Reach for the unreachable. That sounds like something I was said back at the academy. Alright, we'll go. I suppose it's better than dying here in the snow, as you so grimly put it. We must first dispense with the blasphemy that commands the tower. If it's hard to believe the Nerva of all people could be turned into one of those monsters, please, you must stop him and put his soul to rest. Thank you, and sorry for causing all this trouble. Thank you all for a rousing call to action, but I thought you had no interest in meddling with our affairs. Unless you misunderstood, I abhor the idea of my countrymen blindly following nobles they know next to nothing about. Besides, it would be most pious in society to not have seen Garlean to be among venturing to the moon. Piteous of sight. Who else might rebel upon learning the new findings upon there? One nearest told us now it's not a luxury we can ill afford. Let us return to Cramp Broken Glass, if only for a moment. The others are no doubt finished preparation for battle. Ah! Why? I should hope the other's absence means all proceeds apace. Good, you're here, but the recent rival reinforcement and preparation all but complete. Oh hey, it's the other two. Apologies for our lateness. Seems we are at least in time to help deliver the crushing blow. Aye, if fates are kind, it would be the last we see of these damnable blasphemies. Commander Aldine, Lord Hien, thank you both for coming. Yes, of course, understood. Lawrence and the others have reclaimed Varys' heart. The barrier protecting the blasphemy should now soon dissipate. Then the time has come to let us storm the Tower of Babel. Admiral Merib and Lord Emmerich await our arrival at this base. Then shall we be about it then? I suppose it's as good as opportunity as any to keep my hammer from rusting over. I will accompany you as well as a foreign representative member of the survey team. I feel responsible to see this through to the end. I'm gonna take you for the fighting type. Despite appearance, I am no stranger to the battlefield. Indeed, I've seen my fair share traveling the world in service of the Forum. That may not be quite equal of Alpha Nova Alizé. I shall not find myself wanting, I promise you that much. Yeah, technically he's a sage, so... When you have all finished your preparation, we'll reconvene at a whatever that word is. Go down here, talk to people, go all the way back up here. I kind of hate it when the quests do that. Hopefully, yep, okay, good. It is a duty. I'll present count for shall we proceed? It'll be saved at certain points. So there's no long ass cutscenes of reading, hopefully. I mean, there's gonna be some cutscenes, but our objective is simple: locate and eliminate the blaspheming Nerva. Although the barrier guarding him is no more, a number of beasts will surely block the way of the auxiliary sector. Off to a smashing start, I see. But it seems that the tower will reach its limits sooner than I anticipated. If we need to save the transporter, we must hurry and find Nerva now. Let's go without saying, but stay on the guard. There was quite a menagerie of horrors last time I was here. I cannot. Of course they're using this song. I kind of hate how often I heard this fucking song. The fact that it's like 30 seconds? It's like a, what? Okay, not even 30 second, maybe a 45-second loop?
The path has been revealed. The winds favor us.
With you.
Oh wait, I'm stupid. Oh, good. We get one of the better songs. At least we get to hear this song one more time. Mostly because of the boss fight, I guess. God damn it, Ian. The ad fight over? The ad fight over. Aw, fuck off. Bombs, big chicken. Is that the last of them? So many. Of course not. We can't afford them to impede our advance any further. Commander Aldine, let us hold him here. Master Propulsion, take the others and go quickly. Understood. Am I really going to fight alongside Nero again? Nerva ye Galvus. Leave now. Golemald is mine. Mine! Oh, I should have done this first. Oh well. That's continuous. Yes. Continue. No, I could be just... Oh no, it's time for funny beam clashes again. Okay, come on. He dead. Wow. That was a whole... Ugh. You eat. Now go eat. You don't remember this? Oh, this is what you do when you do all the role quests. I just never did it, so I finally decided I want to do them for tonight. So that tomorrow night it will just be purely Hildebrand. For glory everlasting indeed. Is it over? Has the danger passed? I hear his breath, perhaps, but yes, they say we managed to avoid a fiery ruin. Undertale song plays. Our path to the moon is open once more. The duty of Charlene has ever been to chart the course of history, not to change it. Thus, we fervently held our policy of neutrality and non-intervention. In truth, it's all service to our plan of exodus, to abandon the star in its ruinous fate. Harsh though it may sound, I still believe that ultimately for the greater good. Thanks to you and your comrades, however, is a fate that did not come to pass. Charlene will now find a new way forward, not merely for preservation of knowledge, but for the betterment of the star and all who call it home. I believe I speak for all of the Forum when I say it would be an honor for a privilege to work towards such a goal alongside the allied nation. I, as an age of true and everlasting peace, is finally within our grasp, and we will seize it together. I fell asleep. Help me. No, go bed. Bed. Bum 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 bum. The Undertale song. As a release, no longer no need for battle. Despite my experience, I must confess I'm suited to it. An allied nation. The allied nation leaders, meanwhile, demonstrated aptitude for combat far and above what I might expect from diplomatic figures. And you, my friend, I see why you so regarded as champion. He is. The others have already begun their arduous journey home. Before you go, I would offer you a word of thanks to both of you. If not for your timely assistance, our plans will be forfeit and lands. Hey, Rob. I will give another sip. I've technically been sipping all the time just because of words. Anyways, hello and also good night. Have a sleep. Lands they visit the bar forever defiled by blasphemy. Please, there's no need for your platitudes. I labor only to further my own ends, nothing more. Here are the news. Thank you for everything. With Lord Nerva laid to rest, we have the peace of mind to move on without regret. Oh, look, it's a Loprit. There you are. Now I've heard about you clearing out the Tower of Babel. We're finally ready to return to the moon? Before true this time, allow me to introduce you Livingway of the Loprits, Moon Dweller and overseer of the survey team. Livingway, these good people will be the moon's first residents. I trust you and the other Loprits will take good care of them. Pleased to meet you. Residents? Oh no. I mean, oh yeah, splendid. After many long years of planning and preparation, the moon is absolutely most definitely ready to accommodate your stay. Glad to hear it, and apologies for the delay. I must confer with the Lorens and see our final preparations, but residents to be at survey team shall be ere long. My trouble to relay words says Shivalra and Hana thinks all the tidings more hardening come from you. Until next we meet. Look at that creature. Yeah, look at the little rabbit. Look at the little Loprit. They live on the moon. It's so funny when they showed off the Loprits and people go, haha, there's your male Vieira, and then they showed male Vieira. Wait, you're not leaving for the moon without me. I still think that was the funny part. Man, it's like a couple minutes before 1:30. I'll be ready to tie this up in just a second, and tomorrow we'll do more 6.55, aka the Hildebrand portion. Is there the main story? We did Tataru, but because I didn't have the currency for the weapon, I have decided to forego doing Hildebrand tonight until like I have the currency for the weapon. I'm very much so a casual player, and I just didn't play or save up. The blasphemy Garmon has been struck down. They were right to call on you, it seems. And with no outstanding reports of blasphemy signing, dare say you slain the last of them. Perhaps we can now finally start to put the final days behind us, strange as those must sound. On behalf of my fellow delegates at the Radiant Host, extend to you humblest thanks. I hope that the next time I call you will be on most fortuitous circumstances. All right. That's done. We'll do Hildebrand tomorrow. Where's my scenes? Yeah, Hildebrand tomorrow on top of probably the Pokemon epilogue, because I still need to do that Scarlet and Violet epilogue. So yay. Let me go find y'all a place to dump. Why is it 27 people on? Last night was like 8 people. Tonight's like 27. Holy shit. You know, I think it's been a second since I've sent y'all to Lulu, so I'll send y'all to Lulu. Anyways, I gotta go piss. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Hildebrand. Funny Hildebrand. Hildebrand will be funny. Have a good night.